Why, hello there, friends. My name is Steve Schwent, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay / commentary. This is a ground war domination game on launch, and as you can see, I'm using an L96A1 sniper rifle with that sexy gold camo. This is a very special game, and I know I kind of ruined it with the video title. I always try not to do that sort of stuff because I know some of you have delicate sensibilities, as I sometimes say. You know, I understand that. You know, some of you guys don't like it when I ruin the final score or tell you guys how well I do. You wanna see it as it plays out in real time, and I understand and respect that. But you know, one of the reasons why this game is so special is because it does represent a personal best of mine. I do get 62 kills in this game using a sniper rifle and non-lethal kill streaks, so that's a pretty important part that I need to mention. So what I normally do, if you are unfamiliar with me and my videos like normally, and what I normally do in terms of my setup is I run non-lethal kill streaks, and I say that in the sense that my kill streaks that I use don't get me kills directly. So I don't use like chopper gunners and dogs and stuff like that. You know, I normally use spy plane, counter spy plane, and Blackbird. I just find that it's much more enjoyable for me to play that way. You know, I don't feel pressure basically, even when I'm close to getting a Blackbird. But I don't feel pressure to get my kill streaks, get collateraled. But I don't feel like I need to start camping and get like, you know, that last one or two kills for chopper gunner or dogs or stuff like that. And you know, after a while of using non-lethal kill streaks and then you know, going back for a couple days to using chopper gunners and dogs and all that stuff, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I actually finally realized, you know, how different I do play. So if you don't or haven't ever used non-lethal kill streaks, definitely recommend it, and you know, see what it's like to play that way a couple days and see if you end up playing differently and see how you like it. So I obviously feel like it helps your team a lot, and you know, that's debatable. You know, some people will argue that having dogs or chopper gunners will obviously help your team in certain situations, but I found that, you know, on a much more consistent basis, using non-lethal kill streaks or even just lower kill streaks in general will help your team out on a more consistent basis, because you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that, you know, if you're using kill streaks that only take 3 or 4 kills to get, you're going to get those much more on a much more regular basis than you would if you're running like 8, 9, 11 kill streak setups. So yeah, anyways, that's my non-lethal kill streak spiel that I always preach about. But I will try my best to, I don't know, talk about the actual gameplay that's going on, considering, you know, that's kind of what makes this gameplay special is the actual gameplay. So with that said, I'm usually a pretty random, off-the-wall, kind of just talk about whatever the hell's going on in my weird, crazy head at the particular moment type of person. So this may be a challenging thing for me, but yeah, I always seem to get, I don't know, off topic. I do remember right here, though, actually, that, you know, I was pretty surprised that I hadn't died. I was kind of like standing there for a second, like, why am I still alive? Why hasn't this guy killed me? And I just, you know, ran up there and knifed him, because that's what he allowed me to do, basically. Not sure what was going on in his head at the moment, but anyways, I did, talking about getting off topic and not actually talking about what I want to talk about, I did want to make a really big announcement regarding my channel and my YouTube stuff and all of that great stuff. But I am now a part of IGN Entertainment's YouTube network, so very happy and pleased to announce that to all of you guys, and I'm very excited to you know, have that opportunity now. So I just want to thank IGN and giving me that opportunity, and you know, very happy and excited for what's to come in the future for me and my videos and my channel and all of that great stuff, as I've said. But yeah, in terms of like for you guys who watch my videos and stuff, things aren't going to change a whole lot, at least not in a negative way. You know, my plans obviously are to create, you know, videos of higher quality and create more entertaining content for all of you. So you know, that's the primary reason why I decided to go with IGN, is I felt that, you know, it was just a better opportunity for me and would ultimately lead to better videos. So right here, I botched that grenade, but as you may have noticed, that Rolling Thunder that somebody else on my team threw down killed like 4 or 5 people. And what usually happens, what usually occurs when that happens, when like 5 people get killed by a Rolling Thunder, is you get like these massive group spawns all at the same time. And one of the reasons why I like launch so much, especially as a sniper, is I feel like the spawns are really predictable. And so what ends up happening is there are basically 2 spawns on this map, and when you get like these massive spawns, group spawns from things like Chopper, I don't know, like a set of dogs or Killstreaks, Rolling Thunders, or whatever, they'll spawn in these end locations, and those are the moments that lead up to like quad kills or like triples and stuff like that with a sniper. So I saw that Rolling Thunder kill like 5 people, and even though I botched that grenade, I just immediately ran to that opening in that corridor where I was at, hoping that I may get like a really good triple or quad or something with my sniper rifle. Unfortunately, I think they actually ended up spawning a little bit more towards C and not in the far back area of that spawn. So with that said, I did want to talk a little bit about spawn locations on launch. So like I said, launch is one of my most favorite maps as a sniper rifle, and I feel like, and I say that because I feel like the spawn locations on launch are probably one of the most predictable, or some of the most predictable spawn locations on any map in Black Ops. So basically, I sort of view it like this: there are sort of like 3.5 spawn locations on launch. So there's always kind of like specific little nitty-gritty spots, which you can never predict with precision as much as you can just for like general areas. But basically on launch there, the game wants to spawn people on one end of the map or the other. It's a very linear map, very narrow, skinny. That's what she said. But it wants to spawn each respective team, or each team on each respective end of the map, depending on sort of what area you're controlling. And so those are like the 2 main locations, but then sometimes your team is split basically down the middle, and say you might control both ends. So you may be controlling like A flag and C flag as a team, and in those situations on launch, the game will want to spawn the opponents kind of where I'm at right now, along this edge of the map. Get a little knife dance going on right there. But it'll want to spawn people along the edges of the map, back opposite side of B, and that's the 3rd common spawn location. And then the half that I sort of mentioned is kind of where the other team is spawning now. Like they're mostly spawning in this back I don't know, end where I'm looking at in my scope right now. So this is like my little corridor that I just absolutely love as a sniper rifle. You're far away enough to let the other team spawn way back there, but you still have line of sight on that spawn. So you see me in this game most of the time just running back and forth between these little 2 corridors, trying to catch these spawns and hopefully get like really good triples and stuff like that. But anyways, the half spawn location that I was mentioning is kind of like the ramp going down to B from C-side flag. It's just sort of like the opposite side middle spawn location. So with that said, it's a little bit difficult to explain how I sort of view the spawn system in Black Ops, but I sort of view it as like this. So you have everyone on your team sort of as like the green dots, and then you have everyone, or blue dots if you're in a party, I don't know. But everyone on the other team is like, the red dots, and so the game wants to spawn people who have just died in open areas in the spaces of the map where there aren't other people. But then at the same time, it also wants to take into consideration like where your teammates are located, and then where the other team, your opponents are located. So it wants to spawn people away from opponents and closer to teammates, but also at the same time fill those spaces and voids on the map. And then, adding to the mix also are sort of spawn locations that are weighted more heavily than others. So, like I said, on launch, it wants to spawn most people on each respective end of the map, like where I just spawned there. And then kind of where I'm at right now. This is somewhat of a you can see on my mini map right now that like the other team is mostly by A, but it still wanted to spawn me on this end, so it spawned me just kind of like on the opposite side, but still on this end, so opposite side of A. But yeah, so it wants to fill the voids, think I said that already. And then it wants to sort of spawn you in particular areas that are weighted more heavily than others. And so that's kind of where I was going at with the whole like 3.5 spawn locations. And it's like that on every map. It's just some maps are easier to predict than others, or some areas on certain particular maps are weighted more heavily than others. And I think that, you know, if you've played this game enough, you definitely have taken notice, no doubt, of like certain spawn areas. You're like, oh, I just know people are going to spawn there. So as a sniper, I just feel like Launch is a very linear map in terms of spawn locations. So it's much easier to predict, and I have like these really good line of sight areas with these corridors that you probably noticed me running back and forth to over and over again. So this game has come to an end. Pretty epic game for me. Definitely one of my best or better games that I've put up to share with all of you. So with that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to rate the video. Once again, my name is Steve Schwent, and thank you all very much for watching.